Hey guys, it's Rune here, and for the first time I'll be commentating a race. It's a 25 lap race at Limerock Park, and I'm driving the Skip Barber Formula 2000. Also, I'm not driving on my own account, I'm driving on a friend's account, but the reason for why that is in the description below. So let's get on with the race.
Green, green, green!
As you can see, I get a pretty good launch. I avoid the car that stalls in front of me, and I am on the inside for turn 1, so I should be able to keep 8th place. My qualifying was actually quite poor.
Clear on the left.
I had a big slide in turn 3, the left hand corner, and that basically ruined my fast lap, and in the other lap I got a 1x by running too wide in the final corner, so that's the reason why I'm a bit further down the field than I would have liked. So for this first lap I just slot in line. I don't want to lose any positions on that one. That was my goal, and as the laps progress I try to work my way up the field. As you can see, Nick in front of me missed the apex of the final corner, causing him to run wide. It's just an easy overtake for me. I even get a little slipstream of the big number 5 car in front of me, so. And I also believe he lifted on the straights just to let me by it. So at this point in the race, on the first couple of laps, the goal for most drivers is to not lose to each other's slipstream, because the slipstream alone is worth half a second on this track. Almost 3 tenths on the front straight, so that's actually a key number to remember for later in the race. But all we are doing is just staying aligned, not attacking each other, because if you lose time now, it's very hard to get it back. I actually run a bit wide on this second to last corner. It's actually happened quite a lot to me during the week, and I don't know why, but I was one of the few cars that had a lot of understeer there. But as you can see now, Nicky, a friend of mine, starts watching my Steam broadcast, and he also has some quite interesting comments regarding the race.
Car right, clear on the right.
If you look just ahead of my car, you can see 2 cars battling for position 3, and that was actually quite a bad thing for the race itself, because now the cars in position 1 and 2 had a chance to break free from the rest of the pack. There is still a small chance that they catch back up, because they haven't broken the slipstream completely, but the car in position 1 is just taking off. He's basically gone. And the reason why he's just being able to drive away like that is because when you are battling each other and the pace is so similar between the top 10 actually, there's almost no chance you catch back up unless someone makes a mistake. So what I'm doing now is just putting a lot of pressure on the 5 car in front of me to hope she makes a mistake, that I can gain a position without losing too much time battling her. So that's basically the reason why you see me move around a little and try to appear in a mirror, so that she hopefully gets a little nervous and makes a mistake. As you can see, I carry more speed over the hill and once again show my nose. I'm just putting pressure on the car in front, hoping she makes a mistake, but it's actually me that makes a mistake because I'm once again understeering in this corner. This kind of ruined my chance to attack on the straight, but I'm just waiting my time. I don't really want to make risky moves in the early stage of the race, because it's an OPL car, it's easy to pick up suspension damage, and that's the last thing you want, because that basically means it's race over. I do notice I'm quite a bit better on the brakes into turn 1, and I actually get held up a lot. That's why the car behind me closes in so much on me. And yeah, I'm just showing my nose, like basically everyone's doing in this pack, because we all feel we're being held up by each other. But that's just good old Skip Barber racing and iRacing draft. And as you can see, that lovely iRacing draft is making the 5 car think about a move on the car in 5th position, but while I'm trying to put on pressure on the car in front of me, I get tagged from behind and almost spin out on over the crest. And it's a very sketchy moment, but luckily I caught it. So now that my heart rate is back to normal, I can once again focus on putting pressure on the car in front and hopefully overtaking her in the near future. I know I'm a little faster in turn 1, so I was hoping to use that to my advantage to close the gap down again, to well, basically close enough for me to put pressure on the car in front. So once again in this uphill corner I gain a lot of time. Well, actually the spotter calls out a side-by-side moment while we're not actually side-by-side yet, but my wing was close. Our little group of 3 is back together, and as Nicky says in the chat that popped up in the top left, we're basically a small train, but I get blocked basically on the straight. I wasn't too happy with that move. I thought it was active blocking. But yeah, I just thought the better of it and was going to wait another couple of laps to make a move, because it's still early and I still don't want to risk getting any damage. But I was putting extra pressure on the car in front. I really felt at this point I was being held up, and I just wanted to progress further up the field, because I was really disappointed with my qualifying, and I just wanted a good finish. I was hoping for a top 3. Top 4 would be nice, considering I was starting in 9th, so for Skip Barber to gain 5 places, especially a track this tight, yeah, that would be a pretty good result, I think. I'm still trying to stay close to this car in front, but the big thing now is that the leading car of our little train, Johan, the car in 5th position, has lost the slipstream of the car in front, so now basically it's a sitting duck on the straight. The pink number 5 car makes a move and I just follow her through on the inside. There's nothing Johan could do. He's just helpless on the outside there. So now we're up into P6, and yeah, I was hoping to quickly overtake the car in front and then try to close the gap to Gunnar, because according to the qualifying times, the lap that I should have had without my slide in the 3rd corner, the left-hander, my lap time should be about a tenth and a half faster than his, so I was hoping to just get by this car and be able to close that gap and fight for that top 3 position that I actually wanted. As you can see, all the pressure I've been putting on the car in front is paying off. She had a major slide in my favorite understeering corner, so yeah, now on the straight she can't do anything. I was 10 behind in the final corner, and it's just yeah, it's quite a straightforward Skip Barber pass. I also have the inside for turn 1 now. I mean, this was just a done deal, and now I was hoping to be able to catch the group in front. Meanwhile, Nicky, who's watching my broadcast with 6 and 30-second delay, is still amazed by the iRacing draft, so that's actually something to keep in mind, because if you don't have the gap of at least 3/10 on the main straight, you're going to have to defend into turn 1 if you don't want to lose your position. And defending for your position means you lose time, and that's the last thing I wanted to do, because I wanted to catch the cars in front. So luckily I have a good run on the straight, and I just basically show that I know I might have to defend, but nothing forceful. At this point I notice she's too far back to make a move, so I move back to the racing line to make sure that I don't lose any time on the cars in front. And for those who paid close attention to the relative time, I actually gained a tenth and a half on the car in front, so my plan is working quite well as long as I don't have to defend. So it's very important that I keep getting a good run on the back straight, because then the cars behind have no chance to attack me. You can still hear me feather the throttle pedal because I was still having understeer issues in this corner. Maybe I should run one click more rear ARB, but I wasn't comfortable with it. The cars in front ran wide coming onto the main straight, and so did I, but I actually gained a good amount of time on them, and by the time we entered turn 1, I'm actually within 2 seconds of the car in front, so I'm about 5 tenths away from draft range, 6 tenths. The draft starts about 1.2 seconds back, so that was basically, that's your goal when basically skips. You want to get within 1.2 seconds, so you get that draft and are able to close the gap. So as you can see, my run wasn't brilliant onto the straight, while the car behind me did get a good run, so that's the reason why I go a little defensive, but the car behind moves to the outside, so I know I'm safe and get sort of back on the race line, just in a way that I'm sure that there's no pass on the inside or switchback. So as you can see, the car in front of me spins, which actually helps me achieve my goal of getting 4th place, but it also helped the car behind catch back up to and basically eliminate all the time I gained in turn 1. And yeah, I wasn't all too happy with this altogether, because I was now in P4, but I was further back from P3 than I was before, and yeah, I still wanted to catch Gunnar, because yeah, it's a pride thing basically. I just wanted to be, I thought I could catch him, so I wanted to catch him, but now the gap is back to its original size of 2.7 seconds, and it was gonna be very hard to catch him, especially with 2 cars trailing me closely and waiting for me to make a mistake and being able to attack me.
You're in 4th position.
So as you can see in the mirror, the car behind is getting more and more racy, and that was actually something I wanted to avoid. I wanted to keep a relatively decent sized gap, around 4 to 5 tenths, but I just couldn't pull away with the slipstream, and that could actually compromise my hunt for P3, and that's something I actually was hoping to avoid, but it's just so hard to break the slipstream in the skip Barber. It's basically only possible if someone makes a mistake or if there's a battle going on behind you. So yeah, it was, I knew I was in for a tough one here. As you can see, I'm slowly but surely catching Gunnar in front. The cars behind are still very close to me, so I still might have to defend on the straights a couple of times, but I was still hopeful on catching up to the car in front. So I make a silly mistake in the final corner. I just completely miss the apex, and it causes the 5 car to get a very good run on me and immediately overtake me from P4. So yeah, I knew catching P3 was almost impossible now, but it should be a good fight for P4, because I felt I was a little faster. I might have been a little faster, I'm not sure, but with the slipstream, basically all 3 of us could overtake each other quite easily, so it should be an interesting race from here on. And I immediately start applying pressure to the car in front, because I prefer to lead a group of cars than actually be in the middle of the pack, because when you drive in front you can usually drive your own lines as long as you get a good run on the straights, and that was basically what I wanted to do. So yeah. So the corner where I'm continuously understeering, the car in front actually has an oversteer moment, so yeah, gives me an opportunity to attack in the last corner and on the front straight, which is exactly what I'm going to do, because being 2 tenths behind, and actually now 1 tenth, gives you a good opportunity to attack, especially with the slipstream. I get a little bit, I get pinched on the inside, but I continue on with the move. Considering I had the inside line, it was quite a straightforward pass. I actually could break up my usual marker and let the car slide a little wide, so basically a little bit of blocking, but making sure I don't get attacked immediately. And now I just have to try to get a good run on the straight every time, so she doesn't do the same to me. Meanwhile, as you can see, Nicky comments on Matt Busa, who's leading the race. Apparently he knows him, and he also knows he's quite fast. I also know he's quite fast, but I had a lot of other things on my mind. And apparently Nicky wasn't so much interested in the race that was going on between me and the 2 cars behind me. But I got a very good run on the straight, and I actually see the cars behind me battling, so I was hoping this would give me an opportunity to break the slipstream and secure P4, but both cars were actually still within my draft range, so no luck there, and we have to just soldier on from here on. So while Nicky is impressed that I'm gaining time on Matt, I'm actually quite concerned what I'm seeing behind, because as soon as the road straightens out, the cars behind me gain a tenth. So every small straight they gain a tenth, and that's actually quite troublesome considering I was trying to get away from them. So now on the main straight I'm thinking about defending again, because the gap was only 3 tenths. Yeah, I noticed she's a bit too far back, so I pinch her to the outside and make sure she doesn't get a pass in turn 1. I shift down to second quite early, so I don't slide wide, make sure my speed isn't too high, and yeah, I knew I was going to have to do that a lot to retain my position. So once again I lose about a tenth and a half on this small straight. She has a little look on the inside on the uphill corner, but from my experience on the past races, the week that we were racing here, I knew the outside line was actually faster. It worked almost every time except for once, which actually cost me 5 positions when I ran wide there, but yeah, that's another video I might upload soon, also with the skid Barber at this track. But as you can see, I thought I had the inside covered, but apparently I didn't. And the 5 car squeezed in a very small gap I left on the inside. It was about just a little less than a skid Barber wide, and she actually put both wheels on the wide line. So quite a risky move, but props to her for finding that little gap and going for the move. So at this point I knew basically what kind of race was going to happen. It was going to be a very tight race, hopefully clean, but it was also going to be a lot of aggressive moves and a lot of poking and prodding in corners and on straights, showing noses, and yeah, exploiting every little gap that we could find. And this is exactly one of those moments we were waiting for. The car in front has a little oversteer moment, once again in the same corner. So this should be a perfect opportunity to pass her on the straight. I line up the move, but she goes defensive a little late, and I have to take avoiding action. I put 2 wheels in the grass, but I still get the inside line for turn 1, because I didn't lift that much, and I complete the pass.
Clear on the left.
So now 30 seconds later, Nicky gets all the action on the screen, and he basically tells me to keep race the bar for most impressive overtake. Well, I don't think it gets any closer than the last one I did, but I knew it was going to be a tough one, and that I was going to have to defend every lap. But luckily she has a bad run on the straight this lap, the car behind, so I don't have to defend, and that actually saved me a lot of time and should make retaining my position a little easier. And luckily my spotter calls you only have 5 laps to go, so 5 laps of hard defending, and I should have that before I won it at the start. Well, as you can see, the gap is once again 3/10, so I knew I had to defend on the straight. Luckily, she doesn't close in enough, but just to be sure, I completely went to the right side of the track, making sure there's not even half a car's width between me and the white line, until I realized I didn't have to defend. 4 laps to go, still 1P4. It's looking pretty good at the moment. I just have to make sure I get a decent run on the straight every time, so when I go defensive she doesn't actually get in a move around the outside, and that should be enough to secure this position. So with Nicky cheering me on from the sidelines, I go a little defensive on the straight. The gap was 3/10, but I had actually a pretty good run, so I was basically expecting not having to defend, and I'm pretty much correct on this. I get a good entry into turn 1, no chance for the cars behind to overtake me, and with 3 laps to go, still in a good spot.
You've got 2 laps to go.
So with just 2 laps to go, I run wide on the final corner. I immediately go defensive because I know the car behind had a much better run. Pinch it to the outside, and that's the way you have to defend here. Skip Barber, just be aggressive on defense and make it clear that you're defending, because if you don't, like she did earlier on, that can create some pretty dangerous situations.
Car right, clear on the right. You just got the white flag. That means 1 more lap to go.
So even though I had a pretty good run on the straight, I still moved to the inside of the track, but that's just to discourage any move from behind on the final lap, because I didn't want to get dive bombed or have someone make a crazy move behind me and basically take us both out. So yeah, that was just a safety precaution. I just drive a little slower than usual on this corner to make sure I don't miss my apexes, don't give any room on the inside for a crazy move. So on his final lap I got a good run on the straight. There's no chance he's going to overtake me before the finish line, so That's a pretty good result considering I started in ninth place. So that was that. Fun battle with the car behind.
There's the flag.
Some
It's over.
very tight racing, but we all kept it clean,
Great
and
job. You did really
I'll see you
well.
guys in the next one.